Hi, everybody, and welcome to season two, episode 7. My name is Tanya Friedman, and I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Connetics USA. And I have with me Bert. Hi, Bert. Welcome.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
How are you today, Bert?
I'm fine. Yeah, yes, completely
Good.
fine.
Good. Well, we're excited to hear your IELTS success story today, Bert. And I know that many people watching are very interested to hear about the challenges you've experienced, the successes you have experienced, because your story, Bert, is a long and complicated one, and has a very happy ending. Correct?
Yes, definitely true. I agree with you.
Good. So I know that we have many people that are watching today, and we are very excited to hear your story. For the next 30 minutes, we will be listening to your experiences with the IELTS, and we know that many nurses lie awake at night worrying about the IELTS, struggling with the IELTS, and it really is a burden that hangs over many people's heads. But today, Bert, you don't have to worry about that anymore. And we want that for everybody who's watching. That's the purpose of the IELTS success stories, the IELTS hero stories, is to share some hope and some inspiration for other nurses who are struggling with the IELTS. So, Bert, before we talk about the IELTS, tell us a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about your background.
I'm, I came from the Philippines.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I've been a nurse for more than 30 years, and
Okay.
I'm here in Saudi Arabia for more than 20 years, working as a staff nurse. And currently, I've been in my third hospital, more than a decade now, a full-time nurse in the operating theater, one
Okay.
of the one of the prestigious hospital in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, King Fahad Specialist Hospital, which is located in Dammam City, Eastern Province.
Okay. So many years of experience as a nurse. You really have a wealth of experience, Bert, as a nurse.
Yes.
Did you always want to come to America?
Yes, it's my dream. I'm considered as one of the American dreamers. So since I was young, I'm already longing to be in America someday.
And you say since you were when were you first started thinking about America? Tell us about that.
Uh, when I was a kid, I think in my primary school, when my aunt visited from America, uh, and many of my relatives, when they went for vacation, so I've been in contact with them. So that's the reason why, by seeing them and looking their lives, so I can see that there's a lot of improvement.
Okay. So when your aunt first came and you were a little boy in the Philippines and she visited, what was it about America that drew you in? What was it that you were dreaming about?
To visit the various tourist spots, especially the Disneyland, the Hollywood, something like that. Because when we saw also in the movies, it's very different from our local films. So I was very fascinating of what is America. It's,
So much to see and so much to do here. And I see we have a lot of people that are watching you. We have Jenilyn, Jomar, Tres Maria, Ariane, Annie Lynn. Jen Gal is saying, yay, Tata Bert, congrats. Jeff is watching. Hi, Jeff. Jeff's done so much for so many nurses. We have Jeff is saying congrats. Hi, Tanya. Hi, Jeff. We have Mel is watching. Congrats, Sir Bert. So we've got a lot of people watching you all over the world today, Bert. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the IELTS now. Tell us about your experience and your journey with the IELTS, because it's quite a journey, right, Bert?
Yeah, it's like I'm riding a roller coaster.
That's for sure.
Yes, there is
Okay,
a thrill. Yeah, there is an ups and down.
there's lots of ups and downs. It ended on a high, but there have been a lot of challenges along the way. So tell us about your journey.
Yes, I took my first IELTS test as as far as my memory serves me right. It was on 2007
Wow.
because I took my NCLEX 2006. So after that 1 year I took the IELTS, and then unfortunately I got only 6.5 of the speaking. So I was not qualified. And then after a few years, I was being affected by the retrogression because there is a crisis, financial crisis at that time. I think in the late 2000 up to 2010, 2008. So at that time, the hiring for nurses is very quiet. It's freezing. Then I went back to Saudi here at 2008 because we don't have money anymore. Our bank is no more savings. So I proceed to, I have no choice to come back here in Saudi. And then I retake the IH 2016, two times, 2016. So it's been a long time from 2007. I took the two times without any preparation. I have some, but self-study only.
Mhm.
I got also lower grade.
Do you remember,
Then
Bert, do you remember what you scored that time when you were doing self-study?
that was April 2016. I got my speaking 6. So it was down with zero point 0.5. I took on September 2016. It's become 6.5 again. But I did it in my own because
Okay.
I have some reviewer with my own. Then there is no group, not like at this present time. And then that was already the third time. My fourth and fifth, uh, that was 2018. So after 2 years, 2018, that is my fourth attempt. I got my speaking 6 also.
Oh my God.
Then 2019, I took twice.
Wow.
Then
And what was your score in 2019?
it's going down. It becomes 5.5.
Oh my gosh. Tell us
I don't
about
know.
that. So Bert, tell us about that day when you got the 5.5. How did it feel to you?
I feel down in the down.
Mm.
I feel frustrated and disappointed to myself. I think I said it's the time to stop. But there
Yeah.
is times also that I have to continue because of the American dream.
Okay.
So 2019, then 2008, 2020, I did not take because I was focused on reviewing. That's the time that I meet Connetics
Mhm.
and the SWAS. Then this year I took twice. February, I got 6 in speaking. That was the 7th attempt. Then last April 24, so this is that's the time that I get the speaking of 8. So there is a coincidence. I took the IELTS 8 times, and the speaking resulted to me having 8 months.
Wow. So for everybody watching, okay, so wait. Everybody watching, and we've got a lot of people watching you today. I want to say hi to everybody. So we've got Joveline watching, we've got Shirley watching who's saying congrats, we've got Marvin watching who's saying congrats, and we've got Alan who's saying congrats, Arnold who's saying nice, Tata Bert, we've got Mel who's saying hi Connetics babies, that's so cute. Thanks, Mel. So say that again. How many times you took it and what your band score was?
I took 8 times with speaking of 8. My listening is 7. My reading is 6. My writing is 6.5 with a total base of 7.
Wow, Bert.
Yes.
Wow. I speak to nurses all the time. We have been doing these IELTS success stories, IELTS hero stories for many, many years. And that is really quite a story. That is quite
Yes.
a story.
Yes.
Your,
Yes.
your resilience, your determination, your drive never to give up, failure is not an option, is phenomenal, Bert.
Yes.
Really, absolutely phenomenal. Congratulations. It is an incredible accomplishment. Really an incredible accomplishment. Okay,
Thank
so
you,
let's share with everybody how you did this. How did you turn this around on your 8th attempt?
Okay. So first and foremost, the one that I was the time that I was changed my strategy, that when I was enrolled in SWAS as one of the scholars granted by the Connetics USA. Then that's the time that I was exposed to online practice every day with Sir Stephen. I used to participate to him without any absence. So I make 100% punctual. I uh, I studied also the online modules that was given to me, and it's very helpful because it's very comprehensive and concise, and they give it the techniques in listening, writing, reading, speaking is with Stephen, and also there is sessions with Stephen in reading, writing, and listening in the online. So that's the big points for me, and he's very supportive. And aside from the online classes and with the modules, I encountered also Sir Alex in the FB group every Friday. I just remembered I was being interviewed by him 2 times. First time with Sir Jeff, my
Mhm.
first buddies, Sir
Yeah.
Jeff, Dor France, Hyacinth. Yeah, they are my buds at that time. Shirley of Dubai. Yeah. So that's, and the second I was interviewed by Alex few months ago before my second attempt, and it helps me a lot. And also with Share Look, and I also participate in the classes in Facebook every Tuesday and Thursday in the assignment given It helps me a lot in grammar, in writing, in reading. So I was very inspired by the way they did, and it helps. It's a big push for me. And aside from that, there is an outside group. I participate in the speaking to be more confident, and there are a lot of critics, either constructive, sometimes destructive, sometimes intimidating. But all of them I accepted and I modified and I applied to myself, and that's the result.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's so inspiring to hear your commitment and your dedication, because the fact that you participated in everything, just says so much about how to overcome this IELTS challenge. Many nurses will sign up for a course or they will participate in something, but they do it like here and there. They're not 100% committed to doing every single day, complete and utter commitment and dedication. How did you manage that with your time, Bert? Because for so many nurses, where they're working or they're dealing with so many things in their daily life, time management is the biggest problem. How did you manage that?
I manage it by I make sure that I stop other activities that are not on my priority. I stop playing lawn tennis for a quite period of time because I use that time to study, to be with my IELTS session. And also, I make sure that during that time, the schedule, I'll be there, the lecturer. So I requested for a regular duty in the morning. So I catch up the schedule that is being given by the lecturer. So I have no option.
So it sounds like you were very disciplined and very
Yeah.
focused in how you approached your time management. It was a real strategy. It wasn't like you tried to fit in the IELTS to the rest of your life. It's where you were focused on the IELTS and then tried to fit your rest of your life into that time frame. Correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
totally agree.
Okay, so that's really important for anybody who's listening and struggling with the IELTS to learn from you and to get your inspiration. If you think back, Bert, to the 8 times that you took the IELTS,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
If you think back on that, what do you think was your biggest mistake in the previous times that you took the exam or that you studied for the exam?
At the time, I'm just easy-go-lucky,
Mhm.
procrastinate. Yes. I underestimate the IELTS. Yeah. I just want to take for granted, and that's the reason why I did not take the desired score that is needed for my visa screen certificate. So that's the lesson learned. But at that time, I'm not so in a hurry, and also I have some uh, other priorities. Not like now is my first priority because I have the idioms that strike while the iron is hot. And I know the trending of shortage of nurses now in America is very high, not like before. So that's
You
the main
are
reason.
100% correct. Now is the time for anybody who
Yes,
wants to go to America, who had that
yes,
American dream like Bert since you were a little boy, and
yeah,
you heard, you met with your aunt who came to visit. This is the time. There are more jobs right now for international nurses in America than have ever been, but it takes focus and it takes commitment. Bert, do you want to share with everybody who's watching any specific tips or pointers that helped you?
Okay.
What were some of the things that you learned that really made a difference to getting to, I mean, that was a massive shift that you had. Tell us any specific advice that you have.
Yes. First, in where I will start, in listening, writing, reading, or
Wherever
speaking.
you want, Bert. You the hero. You can tell us where you want to start.
Okay. So in listening, I listen to the podcast, BBC Radio, and also, of course, I do the assignment that was given online. So it's I joined together, and during the test, we should know the scenario where is the event happen, so we can picture what are the words or uh, the idea to be answered on the blanks that are given. So that's the tip of listening, and that's it. Just keep on practice. But listening is my easiest task.
So, Bert, when you said you were listening to the podcast, tell us your daily routine. How often would you listen to that? Or how many times a week would you listen to that?
I listen every day
Every day.
in the morning before I took my breakfast. I listen, and also I have my CD player. While I'm having my breakfast, I'm listening to the listening exercises because I bought some printed materials in the bookstore that is from the Cambridge box. So I got the CD. Then while I'm having my breakfast, I'm listening to the listening exercises. So that's the two scenario that
Okay.
improve my listening.
So, Bert, sorry to interrupt you. I want to just make that point to everybody who's watching and struggling with the IELTS. Bert listened every single day, and he listened while he was eating his breakfast. So that is a
Yeah.
lesson for all of us, because we all only have 24 hours in the day. There's not going to be more time for anybody. So sometimes it's a matter of thinking in your strategy of how to multitask, eating while you're listening. Okay, so that was a great tip, Bert. Okay, carry on. We all ears.
Yeah, and reading also. I make used to read online news, BBC, CNN news in various topics. So, and then of course in the materials as well as the assignments. And then in reading, we have to apply the scanning and skimming. I think most of the examinees knows that one. And we have to read the question first, know the keywords, the dates, the names, and then the nouns, adjectives, words, and then we have to look for something like synonyms. And then that's it in reading. So just keep on practice reading so that you can have the reading comprehension. But that is my toughest task among the four. Yeah.
How did
And
you know,
then
Bert, how did you know that was your toughest?
because reading, you know, at that time when I took the exam, the three passage is different from my previous exams. Because in the previous, I got 7.5 in reading. But at that time, I think the passage is quite tough compared to the other exams that I encountered. So anyway, I got 6.
Okay.
And then in writing, so just remember in task 1, descriptive, we have to paraphrase, overview, then descriptions. We have to avoid conclusions in task 1. And so technical, no? And we should have to know the number of words required. part two, you should know the what are the questions given in the AC statement, so that we will be we can achieve the task achievement, and we must know the body, the structure. We have the introductory paragraph, body, and conclusions. That was Sir Stephen told me what to do. And in fact, I submitted my write-ups to Stephen for checking. And it's very good. It's very, very helpful for me.
Good.
Yeah. And then for the speaking,
The
it's
big
very,
problem, the big headache for many
yeah,
listeners.
it's very challenging for speaking. What I did in speaking is first I have to establish to be confident. To be confident, yes, that's very important because for the previous exam, I'm lack of confidence. I established that one through constant practice with Sir Stephen, Sir Alex, Sir Luke, and other speaking bodies in the group, as well as outside. So actually, I have my own personal Zoom account. So I'm the one who initiated. So I really established my confidence for that. And then I answered the question directly. So I did not beat around the bush.
Mhm.
And I think I have the spontaneous uh, delivery of the words at that time. And I speak naturally, not slow, not fast. And then I have the correct structure. I can see that I have the buying time, and then explanation, then example, and then closing statement. So it was really organized when I delivered my speaking, and I answered all the questions, and then I established rapport to the examiner, and I analyze the questions when he asked me ahead of time. After he finished the question, I answered directly. I did not answer delayed because that is one of the recommendation of Stephen. You have to answer by the click, by the click of your finger. You have to answer directly. So that's a big point for me. So I remember Sir Stephen uh, tips that it helps me a lot to achieve A. And first and foremost, I pray to God that I don't have any mental block or or any a lot of failures. That's it.
Okay, so all of the things that you learned really kind of came together, it sounds like, when you did that eighth and final exam, correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. I think I was transportified at that time.
You were
I
you
was
were ready. You
yeah,
were ready. You were
yes,
well
yes.
prepared and you were ready. Take us back to the day before the exam, that eighth exam. What was going through your mind? What were you saying to yourself?
I say to myself that Lord, I think give me some strength at this time because I really need this one for my family, for myself, for my professional advancement. If I'm given a chance, I can continue my postgraduate studies in USA. That is what I'm longing for. And also, I think it's the time for me to look for a greener pasture. I think Middle East is enough for me for 20 years. I have to go to other places where I'm more needed, and that's it. I'm more be free, and I can express myself and to be united with my family. Because here I'm alone.
Hmm.
The most important thing is my family. And I think they don't like here to be with me. They prefer to be in the USA, to be there with me. And I have the chances to be with them when I'll be there in the near future.
Well, Bert, I know that from my side, I am in awe, really, and I don't say that lightly. I am in awe of you and what you have accomplished, really. And I can cry for you because I'm so happy for you that you were able to get this exam done. And now that you can face the future with such hope and such promise with your family, and you did it. You did it, really. Congratulations.
And also, Ma'am Tanya, thank you. You are the blessing in disguise. Yeah, without you, maybe I cannot also achieve this goal. You know my story.
I know
You
your
know my
story,
story.
but you're the one that did it. You're the one that did it. So that's what's so inspiring about your story, is that nobody can do this for you, unfortunately. You have to do it yourself. You have to do the work. Well, you did it, and you're here today. And I know that so many nurses all over the world are so inspired by you and so encouraged by you. And thank you for sharing your story. Final question, how has your life changed since you passed the IELTS?
I think I felt over the moon.
Yeah. And so should be.
And I applied the idiom that I learned to myself, like strike when the iron is hot, burning the midnight oil. At the back of the thick clouds, there is a silver lining. Sky's the limit. Yeah. And I have the three Ds: discipline, determination, and destiny. That is American dreamer. To be an American dreamer. Really, it's a wonderful. It's happening. What's happening to me?
I think you said it so beautifully, Bert. I just want to thank you again so much for your time today. Thank you for sharing your story. This has been such a wonderful half hour to spend with you. And I know that there are nurses all over the world that are grateful to hear what you have to say. And we wish you only good things in the future. And I look forward to seeing you in America.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Mom. I really appreciate what you have done to me.
You're welcome. And for anybody who is still struggling with the IELTS, do yourself a favor and replay the story again and again and again. Listen to Bert again and again and again, because he really has got the greatest success story that we've heard on the IELTS Hero success story so far. What Bert has accomplished is achievable. So now is the time, as Bert said, and we are very excited for everybody who is watching today and is learning from Bert and will be in America soon. Thank you, everybody, for watching, and thank you, Bert, and we will see you soon.
Okay, welcome, Mom.
Thank
Welcome.
you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.